Hello all, can you hear me?
Yes.
Oh, yay. I wish I could see everybody who's here. I see like 2 people or 3 people, but I'm gonna assume that we have more than 3 people here, because if it was just 3 of you who gave all that money, you're very wealthy, and I'm gonna ask for more so you can finance my films. Oh, we got some other celebs here. Little Broccoli Town. The Ridge. This is baby Cardboard Ben. Someone gave this to me. I can't remember who. I apologize if you're on this and you gave this to me. But we'll put him here. Yes, thank you guys so much. I can't believe it. We raised like $6,600 in like 5 days or 6 days. I should have done it a long time ago. We probably would have raised more. But it's just wonderful. You know, it's really special for me to know that I can, do something good with this little platform I've got. And I just want to thank all the organizers here who brought this idea to me. It's them, not me, who are the ones who really wanted to do this and convinced me to do it. I thought it was an incredible idea. I was like, I don't know, do you think we're going to get enough people to give money? And they said yes. I trusted them, and here we are. So it's a wonderful thing. I am coming to you from New York, from my brother's childhood bedroom, because there's great internet here. This is actually a set from Undrafted. If anyone really knows that movie really well, that's a Jeter poster. It's like 2 seconds in the montage at the end. All the trophies are over there too. So that's where we're at. I should stop talking so much so that I can get to your questions. I want to get to as many questions as possible, give you guys as much face time as possible. So let's rock and roll. What do you say?
Hi everyone. Can you hear me?
I can hear whoever is talking, but I can't see anybody.
Okay, this is Roxy, and I was just gonna I'll be the one announcing everybody's name to ask Joe your question. Just feel free to introduce yourself. I think you'll be spotlighted if your camera is turned on. You'll have the option to do that, and you can introduce yourself, tell them your name, of course, and where you're from maybe, and your IG name if you want to, whatever you feel comfortable with saying. Let's see, I guess the first question that I'll ask would be to Joe about, well, we all have kind of been asking him or wanting to ask him this, which is, why are you so awesome?
That wasn't on the approved questions list, Roxy.
I know.
You're already breaking the rules. No, I don't know how to answer that. I am glad that you think I'm awesome. I don't think I'm awesome. I try to, I don't know. Look, I've been in this business a really long time, okay? Mm-hmm. As all of you know, right? Since I was 5 years old, I've been up and down. I've been all over the place with it. And the thing that you come to appreciate is that without people who support you, without people who see your movies and buy tickets, you don't actually have a career. I'd just be doing this Zoom by myself, like I used to. No, I didn't. So I just think I have a real appreciation for fans. I used to get letters, so many handwritten letters when I was a kid. Try to write back. I used to have like a fan club on the internet before social media that someone set up for me when I was a kid, and just always tried to appreciate fans. I made a short film after I graduated USC that was funded, partly by me and partly by fans of mine who just wanted to help me get a movie made. So like, I have nothing but appreciation for you guys, and any way that I can give back to you and give to good causes if I can, I'm going to try to do it. And so if that makes me awesome, great. I will be awesome.
You're very awesome.
I already did a long-winded answer. I told you I was going to try not to do that. I'm failing. It's going to be 8 hours.
Okay. The first person is Amber.
Hi, Amber.
Hi, Joe.
Hi, thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you. I'm Amber Surratt. My IG name is AMS92096. I'm from St. Clair Shores, Michigan. And my question is, what is a dream project you've always wanted to either direct or be in, if you have one?
Oh man, direct. I have a script that I've had for a while that I'm trying to get made right now. And I have a really good producer on board. It's kind of a thrillery thing. It's kind of like I describe it as like a quiet thriller. It's got some Western elements to it, but it's not a Western. And it's got some horror elements to it, but it's not horror. But what it does have, it's so different from Undrafted, which is so weird, right? Like, but it is still kind of like, it's still an ensemble. It's still characters first. It's still kind of, you know, acting at the forefront. With I think a really suspenseful kind of story. So I definitely want to direct that. I'm writing another script right now. I'll be doing that when we get off this Zoom. I'm on page 60. It's rolling. I started it this year. I'm very happy about that. So those projects I want to do. I have a TV show, the sci-fi that I wrote. I'd love to direct that. So directing, I'm just all over the place. Acting, yeah, I probably want to act in those too. What else? I'd love to. Oh, I don't know. Maybe a Jurassic Park sequel. That'd be nice if I could act in something. A dream project. I would so love to reprise the role of Tim. I really would. It would just be amazing. Hopefully it happens someday. And we'll see. You never know. Where in Michigan are you from? I was just in Michigan. I took a road trip.
Southeast Michigan, so like close to the Canadian border, about an hour away.
Oh, cool. All right. Yeah, I like Michigan. Good national
nice
park
here.
up there too, actually. Thank you so much for everything. I really appreciate you donating. It means the world to me.
Thank you. This means a lot so much. Thank you.
Okay.
The next person is Laura.
Hey, Laura.
Hey, Joe. Hey.
Laura, my niece is named Laura, and it's her birthday today.
Well, happy birthday to her.
Yes, which reminds me, I have to say happy birthday to her. That's very important. Thank you. You've done me a double service by reminding me.
Anytime. Happy to help. I'm coming to you from Kansas, where it is currently 19 degrees. So I hope it's warmer where you are.
I love Kansas. The script I was just talking about is set in Kansas, the first one.
Oh, really? Where?
Mm-hmm. It's set in Cloud County.
Okay. Well, I used to teach in Pratt, which is not that.
Oh, amazing.
So
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
I've been to Pratt.
Oh, hot and cold water towers.
Yeah.
And the home of the Miss Kansas pageant. Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Everything
I'll
is
enter
there.
next year.
Yes. Okay. Yeah, do that. My question is, what I know you get asked lots of questions by fans. What's the question that you wish someone would ask you, or what is something that you would like to talk about? Because I just feel like a lot of questions can be probing in areas that maybe you don't want to talk about. But what is something you'd like to talk about?
No one ever asks me anything that I find, tawdry or offensive. But look, I love, there's some movies that I've made that I just love that nobody ever talks about. Like Shadowlands is one of the main ones. I don't know if I've ever gotten a question from anybody about Shadowlands. It makes sense. A lot of my fan base is a lot younger these days. And that movie was made back in, 1994. And it's a drama about C.S. Lewis. It's based on a play. It's just kind of like not the typical movie, that most people would see, but I think it's a really beautiful one with one of my favorite performances with Anthony Hopkins. And like Radio Flyer, I get a little Radio Flyer love, but I love Radio Flyer. I love it more now as an adult than I did as a kid. And so I'll always answer the questions about Bohemian and Jurassic and, Social Network in the Pacific. I'll talk about any of it, but some of those older movies. And I'm a real cinephile. I guess. I don't know, I'm saying that about myself. I guess that's kind of sounds weird, but I love movies, and I love old movies, and I love all kinds of movies. And so, yes, I am trying to figure out which Harry Potter house I belong to. Because I've been asked that about 700 times. And Marvel stuff, sure, it's all great. But man, I'd love to hear some people ask me questions about, what I think about, I don't know, movies from the golden age of Hollywood or foreign films or something like that. I don't know. That'd be fun. But I'm okay. Whatever anyone wants to ask me, they can ask me. I'm not too worried about it. And what would I like to talk about? I don't know. Anything. As you can see, I can yak. So
Yeah. I can too. So it's a problem.
Well, thank you so much for donating. It means the world to me. And stay warm in Kansas. I'm sure I'll be through there again soon.
Well, you'll always be welcome. Thank you.
Thanks.
The next person is Bethany.
Hi, Joe. How are you?
Hi, Stephanie. I'm great. How are you?
Oh, good. It's Bethany, actually, with a B, but
Bethany.
that's okay. Yes, yes.
Ariana Richards' sister, Bethany Richards.
Yes, very good.
Jurassic Park.
And I am actually here from south of Boston, so go Red Sox. And my
How do I close the chat? I'm sorry, we're done here.
And my question is, what 3 life events have made the biggest impact on who you are today, and how have they impacted your life?
Oh boy, that's a heavy one. There's professionally and there's personally, and those two things. Since I've been doing this my whole life, I guess those things kind of connect. I think getting the role in Radio Flyer definitely changed my life. I did a TV movie before that, and I did a little part in a feature called Presumed Innocent. But Radio Flyer was this big, gigantic role. Main role in the movie. We shot for 6 months. I started when I was 6 years old. I was turned 7 during rehearsals, and I had to carry a movie with Elijah Wood. And if I had a bad experience on that film, that would have been it. My parents never pushed me into this. So if I was like, this is awful, then I would have done something else. But having to take on such a big role and having the experience I did, especially with Dick Donner, the director, who recently passed away, tragically, so sad. I mean, giant man, giant director, incredible man. He just made it so wonderful to come to set every day. He was just a big teddy bear. And he just knew how to handle kids, and he knew how to make it just the greatest experience of my life. And he also happened to be friends with this guy named Steven Spielberg, who came on set of Radio Flyer to look at me for, some people may have heard the story I've told before about the role of Hook, or the role of Jack in the movie Hook. That didn't happen, but then he ended up putting me in Jurassic Park. And of course that, sent my career off in a totally different direction. That'd be one. Obviously more recently, my dad passing away has had a profound impact on me. He was my best friend. He's the reason we're sitting here today. He's the reason that I asked people to donate to Sloan Kettering, because that's where he had his brain surgery. And the doctors there were incredible. The nurses were incredible. And so, and that sort of, it was, it's still recent. So it's hard to, it's still, even though it's been 3 years ago, it's still hard to determine how that's actually changed me or changed my life. I just know it has, and I can't quite define it yet, or how it will in the future. Those are 2 big ones. The third one, I don't know if it's it's not an event, but just kind of my upbringing, just kind of the fact that my parents never brought me out to Hollywood. A lot of kid actors, the parents kind of uproot them, live through them, a lot of sad stories. And before you know it, you're this kid actor who's getting all this attention heaped on you, and you don't have the support system or the boundaries put in place to be able to handle it. and that's why you see a lot of like drug addiction with child actors. You see them go off the deep end, you see them die young. Like, Brad Renfro, I worked with him, terrific actor who was so troubled his whole life because he didn't have the proper support, so that's not exactly an event, but it could be an event. The non-event of not moving our family out to LA and staying in a small town and still going to a regular school. And they just always made sure that like my life even though it was an extremely important part of my life, acting, without it, I wouldn't lose my identity and I wouldn't be lost. My dad would always say to me, this could be your last movie, Joe. Like, would you be okay with that? So you have to be okay with that. And I would say, yeah, I'd be okay with that. Would I be okay with it? More so than if he never instilled that in me. I love making movies. It's something I love to do, but I think it kept me grounded. It kept a head on my shoulders, and it kept me from like getting too caught up in all the nonsense. So yeah, South Boston. I was just in Boston for a while. One of my friends is in Boston. Yeah, they're building some studios
nice.
out there.
Yeah, it's a beautiful, beautiful city. Yeah.
Yeah, I've been there a couple times. I'm kind of mad because it's so much cleaner than New York. I was like a little annoyed by it because I really loved it, begrudgingly. But I didn't wear my Yankee hat anywhere. I'll tell you that much.
Oh yeah.
Well, thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you
for donating.
You, Joe. Thank you.
I really appreciate it. Good to meet you.
Thank you.
Next is Allie.
Hello.
Hi, Joe.
Oh,
hi.
Someone else talking?
Hi, Allie.
Okay. Hi. Sorry. Can you hear me?
I can hear you. How are you?
Okay,
Thank
great.
you so
Sorry.
much.
I'm Allie. I'm from Kentucky, and I just want to say thank you for doing this. It's so nice to talk to you. So my question
You guys are doing this, not me. I'm not doing anything. You guys are doing it by donating.
Well, thank you. My question is a fun little hypothetical. So if you could live the life of a character that you've played for the rest of your life, who would you choose and why? And like you have to like live their life as your life.
Live their life as my life. So that means I can't act anymore, right? I can't. I have to be them.
Sure. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I'm with you. Gotta be Dustin Moskowitz, right? The dude's loaded. He like helped invent Facebook. He's got 5% of that company. I mean, they lost like $250 billion the other day, I think. But then I could do anything. That'd be pretty amazing. I didn't get shut out like Eduardo. So that would be pretty awesome. I mean, there's obviously, I'm tempted to say John Deacon, of course, because the life of a rock star, I got a little piece of that, and it was intoxicating. I get it. I get it. I get why people do that. And to be able to like, tour the world with one of the greatest bands of all time, man, that would be so special, wouldn't it? I wouldn't choose Sledge in the Pacific. He went through some crap. So that was, that's something I probably, even though I appreciate him probably more than any of these characters I've played, like, boy, that would be a hard life. And probably not Tim either. Being chased around by dinosaurs, that was pretty trying, and be dirty a lot. So yeah, I gotta go with Dustin. Dustin's the one. If I had to choose Dustin, because then all the world is open for me. Who'd you want me to say? Who did you want me to say?
Oh, I don't know. I'm just curious to see who you're gonna say. I don't know.
Who's your favorite? Who's your favorite who I played?
I don't know. I just really want to see Tim resurrected. So.
Oh boy, me too. I'm with you. Yeah. Maybe my answer would change if I got to play him again. If he's doing something awesome.
I hope
he is the natural heir to Jurassic Park. You know what I'm saying? It writes itself, guys. Anyway.
Without Tim, there's no Jurassic Park.
Hey, yeah. Make sure you tell the people who are in charge that.
Okay. Thank you so much.
Well, it's really, really, really great to meet you. Thank you so much for doing this. I so appreciate it.
Yeah, thank you.
Yep. And Kentucky, that's a beautiful state too. I've done so many road trips. I've been to all these beautiful states, it's gorgeous. All the horse country there, the rolling hills, gorgeous.
The next question is Emma.
Hi, Emma.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Great.
We got so many
Thank
Zoom
you.
pros here, man. So many Zoom pros. You guys are
No,
better
this
than
is
me.
actually my first one ever.
Is it? When I tried
Yes,
to log in before and we did our little rehearsal, I couldn't even get in. I had to sign up again. I was muted. I went to USC Film School. I can't even use a Zoom. Great.
Yeah, this is my first ever, so we're doing great.
Uh,
You kind of already covered this already, but if you could pick one genre of movie to direct, what would you choose and why?
to direct, I mean, there is a very smart person that I know who talked about how every scene or every great scene has a combination of humor, tension, and emotion. And so if you could make a movie that can have humor, have tension, and have emotion,
Mhm.
then you're gonna have a great film. And that might not fit any particular genre necessarily, you know what I mean? It's not like perfectly this or perfectly that.
Right.
But whatever movie you make, whether it be a horror film or an action film or
Mhm.
you know, just a drama, you elevate those, I think, by getting in little pieces of genres, you know what I mean? So even in
Right.
like things that I've written or that I want to direct that are more serious, I'll still make sure, like, I don't know, all I do is make jokes all day, so I don't even know how to write a script where it's just like so serious. So but yeah, I love, look, I mean, I think that I would rather do something that is a little more serious because I want it to mean something, you know what I mean?
Mhm.
Not that comedies
Yeah.
don't, comedies are some of my favorite movies, but like it's got to have a real heart to it. So something more aligned to drama than comedy, I would say, if I
Okay.
could only do one thing. I want to do it all.
Well, of course, we all want to do it all.
You have to watch it all if I do it all.
Okay, thank you.
Where'd you say you were from again? I can't remember.
Oh, I'm from Florida, actually.
Oh, you're from Florida. Great.
Yes,
Where in Florida?
South Florida, Fort Lauderdale.
Oh, awesome. It's beautiful down there. Been to Miami a couple times recently.
Okay.
Fun town.
Yes, I enjoy it.
I wish I was there right now,
Yes, I bet a lot of people do. The weather's great.
not having to you know, shovel ice off my car every morning.
No ice, no snow. It's about 75 degrees today.
Beautiful. Go out. You should have been zooming me from outside. You're blowing it.
Oh, well.
Great to meet you. Thank you so
You
much.
too. Thank
Appreciate it.
you.
Leah's the next person.
Hello?
Hello.
Are you there?
I am here. I'm somewhere.
Yeah.
I'm in the Zoomiverse, the meta Zoomiverse, but I can't see you. Is that okay?
My
Do you not want to be
camera
seen?
No, my camera doesn't work right now.
Son of a gun, camera. Well, I can still
I'm
hear
Leah.
you.
I'm Leah, or Kaylin is what I go by. I'm in Colorado. And
Awesome, beautiful
lady
state.
earlier, it is. We're buried in snow too right now. Someone had already touched on my question, which was basically what upcoming projects you had with writing and directing and on going on the screen. But I also enjoyed Lonesome. Hi, Lonesome, that you did was actually the first movie I saw
Hey.
you in. And also The Cure.
Oh yeah.
And so
Two great movies.
what I love is as a young age, you learned how to tap into your emotions. Is that something you were taught, or do you just do that naturally?
No, never taught that. That's why I was successful, because I was just a kid who was able to, you know, reach deeply and feel what the characters are feeling. You know, that's what it comes down to. That's what acting really is just the ability to experience what they are experiencing, read the script and feel it, and then being able to express that. And I had a gift for that. I will give myself that credit. I've had a gift for that in my life. And so those were things I connected to, and that my parents connected to. You know, obviously they made a lot of decisions about the roles I was going to do. And yeah, I mean, High Lonesome, boy, I had to. That took everything in me, that movie. And I'm glad you used the real title, because they changed it when it was on TV to A Father for Charlie, and High Lonesome was such a more beautiful title. And Lou Gossett Jr. was incredible, but I had to, yeah, I mean, I had to do some people. Most people haven't seen that movie. I have to, like, my father's like dying in a jail cell and it's burning, and so he asks me to shoot him so that he doesn't have to die in a fire. So I had to deal with that as and I won't give the whole rest of it away, but then it takes another turn so emotional. So that was a really heavy movie I had to do. I'm glad you liked it. And then The Cure, I just think is absolutely, I should have mentioned that too, with Shadowlands and Radio Flyer, because that movie is just really special. And to get to do it with Brad and all the tragedy that happened with him, it you know, it's one that's near and dear to my heart. And it's a movie that I think it wasn't a big enough hit. I wish it. I heard it was like a big hit in Japan. Actually, I got a lot of fan mail back then from Japan, and I think it was called My Friend Forever. So that was a great one. I'm glad you like those movies. I'm glad you saw them.
Yeah,
I'll tell you a
The
little story
Cure,
about being. Let's say go ahead.
I was going to say The Cure kind of helped. We had a situation in our family just like him. So it kind of helped people see that they were okay to be around. Kids were okay with AIDS. You could be around them and play with them, and they weren't any different. So it was really touching. I appreciate that.
Absolutely.
Our family
It was
does.
Thank you so much. It was an important movie to make, especially at that time. I think it was 95 or so. It was still, you know, I mean, it wasn't the same stigma as in the 80s, I don't think, but it was still something that like people needed to understand. And boy, I'm sorry for whatever you had to go through, because that's not an easy thing.
No, it wasn't, but it does help when people can see that it's okay.
Yeah.
to
I
give
still,
them a
whenever
life.
I have to spell the word angel or angle, I think of that movie. If you remember that part.
Yes, I do.
And then I just want to tell you, Colorado, I once drove through the Rockies in November in a Jeep because I was trying to get to the Denver Film Festival from LA. And I thought it would be like fine because it said snow flurries. Snow flurries in Colorado, that's like a 2-foot of snowstorm anywhere else in the country. And you guys call it flurries.
Yes.
I almost died. It took me all night. There were trucks on the side of the road. Terrifying. I also hit a bear. I hit a bear in Colorado with my car.
Yeah. We I live in Frisco, so you probably had to go past there on 70 to get to Denver.
Yeah.
Yes, we got an additional 3-4 inches, which wasn't much the other night, but the day before we got like 12.
Play.
Yeah.
And I don't ski either. I really should try that. Well, thank you very much. I appreciate it. Sorry, I'm going too long again.
All right. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Thank you. Thank you for everything.
The next person is Allie.
Hey, Allie. Oh my goodness. Ben, you have friends. Do you guys know each other? He's shy. He doesn't want to talk.
And mine doesn't talk much either, so.
I know. It's okay. They're pretty. They don't need to talk. You know what I mean?
You know.
That's what we always told Ben. We're like, Ben, zip it. Just pout.
Oh shoot. I'm Allie. I'm from Ohio. So.
Awesome. Where in Ohio?
A little town called Tiffin. It's like northeast. It's really small.
Okay.
So.
I don't know it. Near Akron?
About 2 hours from Akron.
Near Erie, Pennsylvania?
No.
No? Okay.
Do you know where Toledo is at all?
I do. So like northwest.
Northwest, sorry. Yeah.
You said north. Okay.
Brain's not working.
It's okay. Mine isn't either. It never is. Everything I say is coming from a place I don't even know where it's coming from. Yeah, Monclova. You know Monclova?
I have no idea where that is.
It's right near Toledo. Never mind. Sorry, I know all
Okay.
these weird little towns. I had a
But
girlfriend
you
in
don't know
college
that.
from Monclova, Ohio, Toledo. Ohio.
Oh,
Anyway,
okay.
go ahead. I'm sorry.
You're good. So you've worked with a lot of good actors and actresses. Is there one actor or actress you would love to work with, like living or passed away, that you wish you could have worked with or want to work with?
Deceased, I would say. Well, Jimmy Stewart. I love Jimmy Stewart so much. I kind of feel like I have some of his qualities, kind of like everyman kind of qualities. He's just an actor that I think was always so relatable and a little bit ahead of his time. If you go back, obviously It's a Wonderful Life is one of my favorite movies. But if you go watch like Philadelphia Story or Harvey or any of the movies he did with Hitchcock, Vertigo, Rear Window, he had a great range. He do Western. Man Who Shot Liberty Valance is amazing with John Wayne. Shop Around the Corner, Lubitsch film, that's so much fun. That was like the inspiration for like You've Got Mail. So he's just a guy who I would love to, like, I kind of emulate. There was a thing in the Pacific that I did, if you saw the Pacific, I don't know, where I had to smoke a pipe, and so I had the pipe in my mouth, and I started doing like a Jimmy Stewart impression, just like, because it was easy when you're. That's like a just okay impression. Sometimes it's better. So he's a guy I just absolutely love. To my younger fans, if you haven't seen Jimmy Stewart in things, go look at Jimmy Stewart in movies. I love the man. These days, man, I just think that I think Leonardo DiCaprio and Christian Bale they just never miss, ever. They're just always amazing. And so if I could work with those guys, that'd be pretty incredible. A lot of great actors today. Robert Downey Jr. is amazing. I should work with bad actors, because then I'll look the best, I think, right? I think that would make more sense. So I don't want to work with any good actors anymore. I just want to work with cardboard cutouts of actors and me. No competition. I'm joking. Love your wall. Jeez, look at that.
Oh. You can't
got
see
Queen
over
up
here.
there?
Huh?
You got Queen up there?
I do. Of course I
I
have
see him,
Queen
I
up here.
think. There they are. Yeah, there it is.
Yep.
That's awesome.
You can't
well,
see
thank you
over
so
on the
much
one
for.
wall.
Oh, what do you
No.
got?
I actually have a cardboard cutout from the Bohemian Rhapsody shippers that were out. I actually have the cardboard cutout of you and Gwill and Ben, the band scene. I have that over here on my wall. So.
Oh, that's awesome. Send me a picture of it on Instagram or something. I want to see it.
Okay, I will.
All right. Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
Thank you.
Sam is next.
Hello.
Joe, can you
Hi,
hear me?
how are you? I can hear you.
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing great. This is wonderful. I'm so happy I was able to do this. You guys are amazing.
I'm glad you're doing it. Well, I'm Sam. I'm from Hot Springs, Arkansas.
Oh, cool.
Have you been to that one?
I haven't been to Hot Springs, Arkansas. I've been to Arkansas, but that's not a state I've spent too much time in. I've done some films. I've worked in Louisiana. And so, I've and in Texas, but I've never worked in Arkansas. So I have to say I've just been through it. Went to a Pizza Hut with my dad in Arkansas once. That's my only Arkansas story. How sad is that? I'm sorry. I have good stories about this.
You'll have to give it another try. We can do better.
I will remedy that. Give me something cool to go see in Arkansas right now. What is it?
Come see Blanchard Springs. It's a giant cavern here that you actually take an elevator down into and like tour the whole cavern. It's very cool.
I'm writing it down.
Yes, definitely worth a visit. There you go. So I'm actually just a Ben fan. I'm actually just a Ben fan, and I was hoping you could pass a question along to him.
Oh my goodness.
Joking. So my
we
question.
have an intruder, a Trojan horse.
My question is, if you could star in the remake of any film, what film would you pick and what role would you want to play? Not a hard question.
Well, it's why it's hard, because it's very difficult to do a remake and make it good. It can be done. It can be done. It is done, but more often than not, the reason you're making a remake is because the first one was so good.
Yeah.
So if the first one was so good, it's kind of like you're comparing it to something, and then like you're always kind of going to be like, yeah, but it's not like me. But that doesn't mean I wouldn't do it. And I would probably, man, I wouldn't even do Jimmy Stewart in It's a Wonderful Life. I don't even want to touch that performance. It's so amazing. But man, I'd love to be, if they redid like The Godfather, I could probably play like, see, I'm Italian, I'm half Italian, but I'm a little too fair, pale, to really look Italian. So I'd probably have to play like Tom Hagen, who's like the consigliere to Sonny.
Yeah.
Maybe that would be a good one. I mean, that would just be amazing to be a part of something like that. That's
I don't know if I
probably
can do
what
a
I would
follow-up
choose.
question.
Go for
But
it.
who would you then have play the Godfather?
Who would play? Man, so I get to direct it too and cast it? Oh boy.
Sure,
That's
why
really fun.
not?
Man, I mean, who's gonna follow up Brando? That's impossible.
Right?
Or Al Pacino. Like I'd probably have Al Pacino play it again. Put some makeup on him, make him look younger, and then he can just
do
like do it again. I don't know, big shoes to fill. That's why it's so hard to do remakes.
All right, well, thank you for doing this.
Absolutely, thank you for donating. I appreciate it so much. And I will go to Blanchard Springs in Arkansas tomorrow.
Yes, no. I expect you to.
Okay. Great to meet you.
You too.
Rachel.
Hey there, Rachel.
Hello.
Hi, you're in a very big place.
I'm in a barn, and I'm kind of a mess because I just got off a horse, so I have helmet hair, and I'm sweaty and also covered in mud, which you can't see, but
I love
just,
riding horses.
I just had to like, do you ride?
I had to learn for a movie called Woolly Boys when I was 17 years old, and I was taught how to ride horses in North Dakota.
So
and I loved it. It is kind of a Western. It's modern day, so it's like
the style.
The style. Yes,
yeah.
It was Western. Yes, not English.
Nice.
No. But I love it. They're such a beautiful animal. There's something just so amazing about, like, they could kill you very easily, but they are scared of you a little bit. Like you can like kind of be like, hey, don't do it.
They're also like majestic creatures, but my horse drools all over himself and looks like an idiot. So that
I know they have that yin and yang to them. I love it. That's cool.
So I'm in Boston right now, but I'm actually from just outside of Poughkeepsie.
No, you are not.
Yes. So my dad's farm is in Clintondale, which is closer to New Paltz.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that's where we are. And just a side note, the Pacific is my favorite thing because I am obsessed with World War II because he has a Sherman Army tank on that farm.
Wow.
Which he let me drive once. Yeah.
It actually is operational. That's incredible.
The gun works.
No way.
Yeah. No, it's pretty amazing. So yeah, if you ever want to go see that, no one.
That's incredible.
Because it's a full armory. But
that's insane.
So my question, I think, was about travel. So where was your favorite place that you've been, and where's like your number one place that you haven't been yet?
Boy, such a homer pick, but I'm gonna say Italy.
That's your favorite place you've been?
That's my favorite place that I've been. Yes. I got to go there with a friend when I was 19. We did like a 2 weeks of traveling around. I got to see like places where my family's from. I just recently was able to go to Venice where I met up with Rami and Lucy because they were doing
Nice.
something there, and one of the producers of Bohemian Rhapsody came with me, and the four of us just had this incredible time in Venice. We did it right, okay? Like that was like expenses paid, all this like really bougie kind of thing. So that was, I mean, how can I, it was like incredible. How can I not say that was, when you have to go on your own dime, it's nothing's quite as nice. But that was something that was really special. I love London. I love working there. I have so many friends there now, so that kind of changes it. I've gotten to travel a lot of places. Where I haven't been able to go yet, bizarrely, is South America. Or I've never even been to Mexico, and I like lived in LA for 15 years.
So not even
I don't know.
Rosarito.
I don't know how I didn't get over the border even once. So I feel like that's got to be my next destination. I know I have a lot of fans from South America too. So I'm hopefully that makes any of you guys happy who are listening. So maybe somewhere like Chile. Go see there's a national park down there. I can't remember the name of it, but it just looks spectacular. I'm a national park junkie, so I love to do like things like that. And maybe like hit up Bora Bora. I've also been to, I've said this before, I've been to 49 states. The only state I haven't been to is Alaska.
I have not been to Alaska, Hawaii, or North Dakota. Those are the only ones.
That's really good. That's the best I've heard from anyone, that you've been to 47 states. I worked in North Dakota. I worked in Hawaii. Gotta go to Alaska. It's the last one.
How can I work in Hawaii? That sounds nice.
They do shows there. Things like that. Lost, I think, was there.
Oh yeah.
And Jurassic. Jurassic was shot there.
Oh, really? I didn't know that.
2 months in Hawaii and then 2 months in LA.
That sounds like a terrible time.
Pretty great job. Pretty great job.
I would say,
until the hurricane came. That was a bummer.
That
was the last day
you
of
should
shooting.
probably add New Zealand to your list.
Oh, yes.
Have you
absolutely. Been? Yeah. No, because I shot the Pacific in Australia and I didn't get to go to New Zealand.
Oh.
I didn't have a lot of time off during that job, obviously. So I went down to Tasmania, but kind of had to hang around. I would love to go see New Zealand. Absolutely.
Yeah, New Zealand's amazing.
Have you been?
Well, yeah, it's amazing. I mean, I guess that's my question. And I also just wanted to say that we're from the same place.
Incredible. Upstate New York, represent.
Yeah. Nobody knows Poughkeepsie.
Nobody knows Poughkeepsie.
Yeah. All right. Bye.
I appreciate you. Thank you so much.
Bye.
Nina.
Nina.
Come on. Can you hear me? Oh, there I am.
I can.
Took a minute.
Hello, Nina.
Hi.
How are you?
Good to meet you. Good. I'm
Great
good.
to meet you.
You've
got those little bobble guys. I've got mine
I do.
here.
I've got John Deacon. I've got Freddie Mercury, and I've got the closest thing I can get to David Bowie, which is his character in Labyrinth.
Oh, cool. Those things are so fun.
Oh, they're so fun. But my name is Nina. I am an attorney from just outside Philadelphia. So that's where I'm calling from.
Awesome.
Very creative Instagram name. It's just my first and last name.
What kind of law do you practice? My sister's a lawyer.
So I'm actually, I actually work for an insurance company. So I do, I do claims for them, more kind of like, how do I describe it? I guess crime claims is the best way that I can describe it. So it's never a dull day.
Okay, I bet.
But my question is about Undrafted. I saw that movie and I really enjoyed how the different characters interacted. It felt very natural, obviously very entertaining. And I really enjoyed that part. So I wanted to ask what you enjoyed most about directing your own movie.
I enjoyed the most this is going to maybe sound bad, the control. I have done enough movies where I get to watch them after they're done. And just feel so helpless because they missed. Oh, I see that mug. Don't think I didn't see that. I where like they missed something or they screwed something up, or it's like I've seen cuts of certain things that were like the greatest thing I've ever seen, and then someone else takes it over and there's a new cut and they've like destroyed it. And that is just, it's the worst feeling, right? Like it's the worst feeling. That's one of the toughest things about being an actor, is the trust you have to have in the people that mold your performance, right? Like you're doing all of that, but when they put it together, they can change it around, or what they think was your best take, you may think like that was junk, or whatever it was. And so that's really hard. With Undrafted, it was just great to be able to really be the guy who makes the decisions, who makes the calls, up until, of course, you have to sell the movie. And then I had to cut 25 minutes out of it, much to my still deep regret. I was told when I sold it that I would be able to release the longer version of it on like a DVD. Well, I should have gotten that in writing, because that didn't end up happening. I'll get it out there, the longer version, the really true version of what I wanted it to be. But at least I have that, right? Like at least I have that movie, and even cutting it down, I'm the one who cuts it down. And then I just love, like, I love working with the actors and, you know, spotting great details that they bring, laughing at their ad libs, letting them try things, discovering things. You know, it's a beautiful thing where, like, you walk in with a plan, you got to be organized, you got to be ready to go, and then you've got to be ready to be nimble and scrap that plan when somebody has a better idea. And to watch that creative process, especially from like writing it to like seeing it, like you write something and it's in your mind and you see it, and then it happens and you go, yeah, like that. That's what I meant when I was like laying in bed and I couldn't sleep at 3 o'clock in the morning and I wrote this. Like, that's what I meant. That creative process, creating something out of nothing, is so special. So special.
No, absolutely. No, that's a
Can't wait to do it again.
Well, thank you so much. This really means a lot to me, and I'm sure everyone else on here. And I think it's a great effort from everybody.
Thank you very much. Thank you for donating. I appreciate it. It means a lot.
Absolutely. Thank you.
Great to meet you.
So Joe, we have some artwork. So I'm going to call out names, and those people can have a chat to you about what they've created. So the first one is Sabina.
Hi, Sabina.
Hi, Joy.
How are you?
Can you hear me? I'm fine. Are you?
I can hear you, and I can see you. You're small because your artwork is big, but I can see you.
I'm from far east of Russia.
Oh, wow. Amazing. Another place I'd love to go to that I've never been is Russia. Love to go there. One day.
Very cold. Don't go there.
Very cold.
Oh, very cold. I bet.
Yeah.
Cold here too.
Скажи, my boyfriend's gonna help
me. My boyfriend's gonna help me, but my English is very bad.
My Russian is perfect.
She doesn't speak too well, so I'm gonna help her behind the screen, okay?
I appreciate that. Thank you. Thank you. Hi.
She's gonna say her question. Hold on a second.
Okay.
And my question is, they say you need to try everything in the life. Are there things you'll never try?
Oh boy.
Are there things you never tried yet?
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know if I agree with that advice about what they say. There's some things maybe I will not try that will be, bad for you. That will be maybe
those
perhaps
things, of course. Yes.
Yes. No. Yes. Boy, yes. I'd love to be adventurous though. I do. And like I remember I got to go skydiving. That was something that took, I think, a lot of guts. That was one of those, like, you got to try it once things. I remember I called my mom to be like, I was only 18. I was like, Mom, am I crazy? Should I do this? And she said to me, you should do it because I never could. And so that was really kind of inspirational. It's like, okay, yes, I'm going to be brave. I'm going to do it. So that was probably the thing that was probably the scariest that I've tried. I mean, I feel like every time you act, like you have to like be willing to just throw caution to the wind. You have to be willing to like be so vulnerable. And I think that kind of phrase of like you have to try everything, it's like, okay, let's try this now. You know, the job I have allows me to try all sorts of things I'd never be able to try, you know, like what it's like to be a rock star, you know, or what it's like to be chased by dinosaurs or something like that, or be scared, or what it's like to be a ghost. I got to play a ghost in a movie once. And so those are the kinds of things that acting allows me to do, which I think is pretty great.
Right.
Thank you so much, Joe.
Luckily, I haven't had to try to go to war like this beautiful artwork that you showed, but I definitely got the experience from the Marines on set and from talking to Eugene Sledge's family. And I remember all these moments in the series. Thank you for this. This is awesome.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.
Okay, Joe, next we have Laurie.
Hi. Can you hear me? Am I good?
I can hear you, yes. I can hear you, but I
Okay.
cannot see you.
I should be there. I'm on mobile, so I've got no idea if my
There you are.
camera's on. Oh, there
Now
we
I
go.
see you.
Hello. My name's Laurie. I'm from the UK. So I've seen a lot of Americans here, but I'm from the UK. And I was wondering what makes a good film script from like your perspective, either an actor's perspective or like a writer's perspective.
Boy, you know, I think pacing is so crucial. So crucial, because scripts, especially like, okay, so if you like have written something and you want somebody to read it, the person you want to read it has read thousands of scripts. That may be their 7th script they're reading that week. So if it drags, it kills it, you know, and then they might not finish it. So pacing is extremely crucial. And that doesn't mean that it has to always be action-packed or fast-paced. Like it's just like not necessarily fast-paced, but paced well, where extend it if it's emotional or it's suspenseful, you know where to like keep the reader wanting to get to that next bit and withholding it. And then other times when you have to like have things like happen a little faster, you know, and you have to feel that just kind of while you're writing it. And then when you're rereading it, you know, like you have to decide when you're getting bored or when you feel like it's falling off, you know, and really pay attention to those things. The inciting incident is very important. The thing that kind of is the reason you're writing the script, the first thing that happens, it's got to be something that is interesting. Those first 10 pages, those first 20 pages are really, really important because again, it's people who are reading it are bored before they start.
Yeah.
They don't want to do it. They don't feel like reading it. It's a job, you know what I mean? So those things are really crucial. And then I mean, I'm basically, the answer I'm giving you is everything's important, because like it is, you know, like to make a really great script, like the dialogue has to be great. The dialogue has to be natural, not too much exposition. You can't be explaining every little thing. You have to like have a little mystery in there or reveal it in the action or reveal it by what happens, not just explain everything up front, you know, because then that just gets like boring and repetitive. So be mindful of that and try to say something in the dialogue. Your characters need to be a little original. They need to say something that, even if it's not like, you're not writing, you know, like philosophy essays, that doesn't have to be so profound, but they should have some like wisdom. Your characters need to have a little wisdom, you know, like say things that kind of affect you and hit you a little bit. Because a lot of times also when people read scripts, and this is just, I'm just telling you very practically, if you're trying to be a writer, people will read the dialogue. They might not read all of the action. They might not read all the in-between bits. So you got to have good dialogue, pithy dialogue, fun dialogue, stuff like that.
Okay. Thank you.
Did it help? Did I help you? I hope so.
Yes, you did. Thank you.
You're very welcome. Where in the UK?
Leicester, near Birmingham.
Leicester, yeah. John Deacon was near Leicester, I believe, is where he's
Yeah,
from.
he does. Yeah.
Yeah, but I've never been there, so I hope I did the
You
accent
should
all right.
come. Yeah.
I'd love to.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you so much.
Okay, the next artist is Hanvi.
Sorry, hi. My name's Yanni, actually. Can you see me?
Oh,
Hi.
Hi, Yanni. I can't see you yet. I hope to see you.
You should be able to see me. Sorry, I'm
Oh,
very
here you
nervous.
come. There you are.
Hi.
Hello, how are you?
I'm okay, thank you. I'm from Hong Kong, all the way from Hong Kong.
Oh, awesome. What a beautiful, beautiful city. I love that city.
So I just wanted to show you the monstrosity I made, which is you. I put you in like a dinosaur costume. And
that's amazing.
Thank you. And he has a friend, actually.
Hey, yes. Broccoli, you got a buddy. Did you make the broccoli? Did you make these?
No, I had to buy the broccoli.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense.
Every
It's like
time,
the same one.
It's not the same one. The eyes are a bit different, but it's okay. So I wanted to ask you, I kind of wanted to make a Ben version of this. So I wanted to ask you if you could help design Ben, like the hair, the facial expression, like even the clothes. Can you help me?
Oh man. Oh my gosh. Well, here you could do this sweater because this is actually his and he gave it to me one time. Can you see it? It's like reddish. There you go. Yeah. You can put him in this if you can figure out how to make it. With it, this is being recorded, I think, so you'll be able to see it. What look on his face? The look needs to be like somewhat disinterested.
Disinterested, okay.
Yeah, like he's pretending like he's not really paying attention to you. You know what I mean? like he's like a little too cool.
Cool, that feel.
But inside he's actually deeply vulnerable and emotional. And I have to tease Ben. How can I not tease Ben? I love the man. But yeah, he kind of puts on a little pout sometimes, I think. Yeah. Trying to look cool a little bit. But he is cool. And then you have to give him, of course, like a 12-pack of abs.
12-pack, yeah. Of course.
Yeah. The more abs, the more accurate, I think.
More accurate.
And if he's eating something, make sure it's chicken thighs and peas, because that's what he ate every single day on set while we were all enjoying desserts and fun goodies. He just ate chicken thighs and peas every day. And don't make him quite as tall as he thinks he is. Okay.
Do I make him taller than you?
Just a little bit. Okay.
Like a little
because here, just a little bit, because no, almost not at all. But let's just say some people get help from their shoes and some people don't in some of these pictures that have been taken. And I didn't learn this trick until after we were done with all the publicity, that some of the members of the Queen team were getting a little help in the height department.
Oh, okay.
I'm still bitter.
Still bitter. Okay. Can I have a follow-up question? This is a bit personal.
Okay,
have
go
you
ahead.
been to Hong Kong?
I have been to Hong Kong, absolutely. I've been to Hong Kong twice.
Twice. Do you have like a favorite spot in Hong Kong?
Oh man, I was there for I think 4 days the first time, and then probably another 4 days the second time. So I did a lot of touristy stuff. I stayed at the Four Seasons Hotel, which was quite amazing. I got to have tea. I'm a big afternoon tea fan, so I went and got afternoon tea. Oh, where did I go? It's like a famous place. It's like a famous hotel.
Famous hotel?
It's like a famous hotel. I can't remember. I have like pictures of it, but I can't. We're so far behind. I can't reach into my phone to get the pictures. But I loved it, and I went to this, like, I just loved exploring, right? Like, I loved going up all the escalators, because that was something that's so foreign, like this huge city built on this like mountain that's like this, and just like how everything is fit in, and some of the modern elements with more of the traditional elements, and just going into like little alleys and finding like these amazing places for dumplings, and just like little eateries that like you would never know existed unless you just started wandering. It was just so incredible. I really, really, truly love that city.
I'm glad you enjoyed it. Thank you.
Yeah, it's really gorgeous. So, so you're in a great spot.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you so much for donating. I really, really appreciate it.
Thank you, Joe. Thank you for everything.
Of course, thank you.
Bye.
Joe, the last artist is Florian, so it's a different type of art that she's going to show you.
Oh, I know that kid. And the other one. Hello? Hello? Hey.
Hey, do you see me? Hi. Hey there.
I do see you. How are you?
Great. I'm very good. How are you?
I'm doing great. This has been really wonderful. I'm running so far behind, but I don't care. We'll keep going.
Thank you so much for doing this. I really appreciate you doing this. So my artwork is actually made by my best friend, who's a tattoo artist, and he tattooed you to my arm.
Get out of here.
And actually Lex. So
oh my
both
goodness.
of you guys from the scene where you were running from the Gallimimus in Jurassic Park.
Of course. Wow.
I'm a massive Jurassic Park fan. I have Mr. DNA as well. I'm not sure if you can see that.
Listen, you better be a massive Jurassic Park fan, okay? If you're going to get that tattooed on your body. You better love that movie forever.
I love that movie ever since I was 7. My mom always told me, like, you were like that kid from Jurassic Park. And I'm like, yeah, I would want to be that kid because I want to be there. So what I did in the past couple of years, I went to every filming location that you guys went to in Hawaii.
Wow.
I've been to all the places, even the ones that I'm not supposed to be, but I went there.
Yeah.
And I'm even friends with a guy who worked with you on the movie. He was a production guy, and he did the set building for you guys. And
amazing.
Thanks to him, I have a couple of props that you guys were handling throughout the movie. It's not much, but yeah. Well, as you can see behind me, there's like you remember the rear mirror hanging things from the Jeeps?
Of course.
That's the one that was in Hammond's and Gennaro's car.
Wow.
That's the one
memories.
Yeah. Yeah, I love that movie. And my question actually is, my friend told me he lost everything during Iniki, and he had to leave the island after the hurricane. So he was working, Jurassic Park was his last movie that he worked on, and then he had to leave back to the mainland because his apartment was completely destroyed. He told me a couple of stories about that, and that you guys were stuck in a hotel, like all of you were in that big ballroom, and that was very scary and stuff like that. And I was wondering how you felt as a kid, experienced this very scary situation, and what did you guys do to just not think about what's happening outside?
Well, when you're a kid, you're so oblivious to things. So it was like fun because everyone was together. Craft services had all the food set up. We were in this big ballroom. There was this exciting thing happening outside. So like, we were oblivious, right? The hurricane was supposed to go to Oahu, and it changed directions in the middle of the night to Kauai. And so my dad woke me up at 6 o'clock in the morning, just being like, Joe, get dressed, get all your things together. We're getting off the island right now. The hurricane changed directions. And like, oh my goodness. But then Steven Spielberg, he made the call. He's the man. And he said, no, I've been through these things before. We're just going to stick it out. It's better just to stay. So it was his call. We all stayed. So it was really fun. Steven went out and like shot the hurricane because he thought it would be good footage for the movie. Because that's just who he is. His mind is always thinking of like the movie, which is why he's such a genius. But it wasn't until after, when we were able to leave, when the hurricane passed, that I saw the devastation. That's when it was scary. And then the fact that like you couldn't easily get off the island, like Steven had to make sure that like we had the Universal jet kind of fly back and forth. But like, I just remember my dad being like, Joe, just make sure like you eat everything on your plate, no matter what you like or don't like. I remember there were peas on my plate. I didn't like peas. Like, you're eating every pea because we don't know how long we're going to be here. We don't know what the situation is going to be like. So that part was scary.
I imagine.
But then once we got on the plane, we got to Oahu, everything was normal again. But I haven't been back to Kauai since. I'd love to go just to see how much it's changed. But yeah, I mean, it was the more I look back at it, the scarier I realized that it was.
Oh, great. Thank you so much for telling me. And if you ever wonder what happened to one of your pair of shoes from the Pacific, one of them are with me.
Oh, amazing. I hope they don't smell.
No, they don't. They're real leather, so they're okay, I think.
Okay.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate
Great to meet you.
it. Thank you so much. Great to meet you.
Thank you.
Take care.
Yep, you too.
Thanks.